Alright, good evening everybody. Welcome to the BNR Racing Network. It feels good to be back, Will, to the SRU Truck Series. Season 9. Props to them for everything they do.
Yes, indeed, Brian. Race 1 of 16 in the Season 9 SRU Truck Series here at Daytona to start off the Season 9 schedule. My apologies there.
Skagitical.
But
Very good.
what?
You said skagitical? That's a good
Yes,
one.
yes. Just trying to combine 3 words there, I guess. Anywho, scheduled tonight for 227 laps. So it is down, miles. 227 miles, not laps. That would be all night and into the early morning hours if we were here for that long. Thank goodness we're not, though, Brian, because that would be a doozy.
A doozy,
But
yes, that would be a very
looks
big
like
doozy.
we got an 18 truck field, though. Not too bad. 75% fuel as per normal in the past handful of seasons here with the SRU guys.
Oh yeah, these guys are great. Enjoy them.
I
They
can
always
see your
put a good
mouse
show.
on the screen. Your cursor.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's there. It's like hello. It's like waving. Anyway, Darnell there in the 44.
There you go.
He is just trying to wind up that truck, get it up to speed as quick as possible. And coming down to the bottom next to that paint, making it his best friend. Philip Bridgman, though, on provisional pole. And Larry Blair knocks him down, but they ran identical lap times, it looks like. 52.10s is provisional front row at the moment. Gilmore, just a little over a tenth off of that. I would assume Darnell is going to pick up a little bit on his second lap. Joshua Small, or Josh, whichever you prefer to call him, there in the 28 machine. He is provisional P4 at the moment. Never mind, he just got down to 5th. Interesting here, Daytona, it's always tricky to qualify for some.
That indeed will.
It can be quite tricky or challenging to come up through the gears. On iRacing, you have to use the access road all the way around until, or the apron, the flat of the racing surface. There, well, not the racing surface, but the apron, until the exit of turn 2, where the blend line is. But in real life, under qualifying conditions, you can not, anywho, you can just come up on the track. That might have a little bit to do with it, but here is what everything's looking like for tonight here, Brian.
Yes, indeed, Will, it is. As we know, they're at Daytona. The track temp is 68 degrees. The weather outside is 66 degrees. 70% partly cloudy, 4-mile-per-hour wind. That wind's going to play a big factor. They have 91 laps. The comp caution will fly at 46. They have unlimited tires, 75% fuel. Green-white checkers are 1, and they do get 2 quick fixes. As we see here, only 5 competitors have qualified, Will. I would figure that there would be more going out, but From what I see here, it is only just a 5.
You know, I've kind of noticed something since we've been able to cover these guys for a few seasons now. At most tracks, particularly the restrictor plate ones, these guys don't really seem to care about qualifying. But here's the starting grid here.
P1 will be Larry Blair. Awesome job, Larry. Good job. P2 will be Philip Bridgman. Awesome. P3 will be Robbie Darnell. P4 will be Josh. P5 will be Gilmore. P6 will be Kyle. P7 will be Isaiah. P8 will be David Cassidy. P9 will be Dakota. P10 will be Mike Chamberlain. P11 will be Clifton Ashley. P12 will be Coleman-Sperger. P13 will be Kevin Roy. P14 will be Keith. P15 will be Paul. P16 will be Jason. P17 will be Mark. P18 will be Tyler. P19 will be Michael. P20 will be Robert. And P21 will be Brandon.
All right, so not 18, 21 competitors here tonight, so trying to get everybody on the starting grid, everybody trying to queue up, it looks like.
That they are, Will. They're all trying to get ready.
I would expect Jim Coleman-Sperger, to the first time I pronounced it, I threw a B in there that shouldn't have been. But he should have a lot of momentum from last night. If anyone watching tonight was watching last night, he got one heck of a fuel mileage victory at Talladega in the B&R Xfinity Series. Great race overall, had some ups and downs, couple of hiccups, but all in all, pretty good race. As we see the Chevy Silverado iRacing pace truck coming off pit lane to pace these truckers around for pretty much a lap and then going to let them go. 91 laps here tonight. 228, 227 give or take miles. It's if I'm not mistaken, exactly 227 and a half, so
I was 226 and a half, so it is. We round up, so we do 227.
Yes. So
I do believe.
You got a sleeper for tonight's festivities, Brian. And I'm talking about a true sleeper.
I'm going to have to say LaHillier.
Brandon LaHillier. Well, he was running good last night and also Talladega earlier in the week, even in our Truck Series.
Will. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you were right. It was 227 and a half miles. I'll be 228.
But yeah, it's very interesting indeed to see how tonight is going to play out. I think if Josh Small could keep his nose clean, he might have a shot at victory. Got some good track positions starting up front early on, so let's see how long he can stay up there. Chevy pace truck peels off, and 2x2 Noah's Ark formation coming to the start finish, and it is a pretty even tilt start by both lanes coming up through the gears. Very even going into turn one. That turn one camera pointing towards start finish. 7 1,000ths of a second is all that separated the front row. Very surprising to see. As you can see, Darnell really giving a great push to Larry Blair, just giving him all he's got early on too. Don't want to be too aggressive early on, but you want to be just aggressive enough that you are able to do what you need to do early on to get that track position that you feel is best for you.
Yes, I agree, Will. You know these boys are going to run the low line for a little bit to get accommodated with each other, and then they'll start getting that second lane rallied up, and hopefully we can see more see more side by side.
Is it better?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I agree with you. I think early on here they're just going to ride, log some laps. Long race, 91 laps here at Daytona. Not quite the full length distance of a regular in-person real-life race, but just over, I want to say 11 laps over the ARCA scheduled distance. So some really twitchiness going on back there. Wasn't sure who that was, but it was a Ford F-150 body, white and red. Oh, that's the
Kevin
12. Kevin, yes indeed, I was about to say it. Maybe he saw something he didn't like in the bottom, so he just jumped up there aggressively looking from the camera angle we first had.
Oh, Ryan's got a new paint scheme here tonight. Not a yellow submarine. DeWalt.
Well, no, that is Dakota. That's not James.
Oh.
Yes. James is not in this race this evening. The DeWalt paint scheme could be yellow enough to be a yellow submarine, just like the Menards paint scheme. A little further, I do believe that it is a Menards paint scheme. I think.
You see Larry Blair jumped out to the outside with Darnell. The bottom lane is Gilmore and Bridgman. With
and
Heath.
It did not.
Yep, right.
It did not take long, Brian, for them to get the second line formed and really racy again. Suspected they were probably going to just log a few laps. Well, it was just a couple, and they got impatient or just a bit antsy maybe, and they were like, well, let's get 2 lanes going. As Palmer brought number 31 down pit lane really prematurely. These truckers should be able to go, I would assume, if you're pushing it, 23 laps, others 24, just off of some murmuring in the garage area. But just have to wait and see. Normally the guys are pretty good about getting it green, but they, as well, like any other solid racing league, they do occasionally have some yellow flag-itis.
Yes. That they do.
Great racing early on. Great to see both lanes up and a-moving. You can see Larry Blair really trying to lead that outside lane. He's got really good help from Darnell, who's basically been pushing him from the initial start of the race. Philip Bridgman right there on the bottom, giving a good push to, who is that? Gilmore.
Yeah, Gilmore.
So,
2 Canadians.
And Kyle Heath right behind Bridgman. So pretty good numbers and drivers in both lanes. Really chugging along here. Looks like we're at the halfway point, but we're only 7 laps in.
Yes. You see there that little stack up on the outside lane? Will cost them. Oh, little Bobby there by Cliff. You see Jim now jumping down on the bottom. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Didn't mean to interfere, but I'm kind of surprised that they're not doing the old Daytona.
Yeah. Boy, that's too bumpy.
Well, I mean, the one time they did, it produced some really good racing.
Yes, it did. That I can agree with.
Kyle Heath looking to the outside. He's got Dakota right behind him. Him and Dakota looking to go to the front. But Phillip and Gilmore really strong on the bottom, the 7 of the 7. Just not too sure who he wants to work with there. He got all the opportunity in the world to jump up and go behind Brian, but no, now he's really stuck behind the 40 still, and Blair gets a good run up behind the 85. We're just gonna have to. I'd rather ask how to pronounce that than try. So hopefully, you know, I didn't see him in the Discord call. I thought he was there. Okay, cool. Well, maybe I should have.
No, I'm kidding.
Wow! So, about to hit 10 lap mark early on in this race. They are just, looks like they are on an initial just pace lap. Man. Just kind of stuck 2 by 2.
These boys are hollering and hooting out here.
Well, you can see that outside lane starting to dilapidate. Some of the drivers just aborting and dropping into the bottom as soon as they find a hole, really forsaking that outside lane, just kind of giving up, losing the trust really quick. But Dakota really giving it all he's got to the back of the 13.
The same thing with Phillip, trying to do his best to...
Oh, stack up coming out of turn 4.
Oh, yeah.
You know, at super speedways, my reaction as I'm looking up at my television isn't really all that delayed. On a super speedway, oh wow, Kyle Heath aggressively comes down in front of the 75 of Gilmore and just leaves Dakota Bryan, someone who been working with for the past handful of laps, just left him all by a lonesome out there with Larry Blair. But man, just kind of deserted the 85, said, I'll see you later, I'm going down here. Just hooked a left once he was clear of the 75, but clear by like a Michael Waltrip's sense of sight, I would say. If anyone out there gets those Michael Waltrip jokes.
Jim Coleman's now jumps up to the outside with Isaiah. So him and Isaiah are going to try what Kyle Heath and Brian just did. A little bit back here, we have the 17 to 8 to 18, 28. We know the 8 to 18, 28 very well. And the 17, oh, Mr. Cassidy himself.
Who's in the 18?
Brandon LaHillier.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Phil! Too high, you hit the wall.
Oh, wow, yes, he did. Don't know if he just lost the nose or what happened to that 40 machine, but man.
That outside lane's going to fade a little bit until they.
Well, yeah, they had to check up, or else they would have had a big doozy of a barn-burning wreck coming out of turn 4 because of Phillip's either miscue or maybe just maybe lost the nose. I don't know. That's a tough one there. He had been riding really well behind Gilmore for a while, and then all of a sudden he just took off.
Well, you see here, Myers, Brandon, and Josh came up to pick up Phil to help him out, get him back caught up there. Yeah, he's got some scrapage on that right side there, Will.
Oh, well, that was a pretty It looked like a soft impact because of how the safer barrier absorbed the truck. But yes, that was a pretty hard impact on that outside retaining wall. But yeah, 2 lanes, pretty good 2 lanes of action here, Brian. 14 laps into this race. What more could you want to ask for or see? Like, I definitely didn't want to see them right around single file all night, but I also, this kind of makes you sit on the edge of your seat just a little bit, because you never know, one mistake, just like we saw with Philip Bridgman just a couple of laps ago, could ruin a lot of people's nights, even though we do have 2 quick fixes in the SRU Truck Series. But still, anywho, mistakes. You don't want to make a lot of them.
That's for sure you don't.
Because it's not like it's football or baseball where he got chances. It's racing to where, like, sometimes you only got one chance. Oh man, exactly. I'm starting to sound like a
Isaiah to the lead.
Yes, Isaiah Sutherland to the lead. No, Holmansberger jumped down in front of Kyle Heath while we were talking about rap lyrics. It sounded like I was trying to. My conversation, I thought I was starting to sound a bit like that white rapper known as Eminem, but anywho, you only got one chance. Anyway, so very good 2 lanes of traffic, as we have just kept mentioning. We've seen people go from the front to the rear, to the rear to the front, either off of merit, mistake, or just sheer power. Oh, I said, wow. Anyway.
That's not.
Yeah. Almost 3. Tyler Myers almost looked to the outside of David Cassidy doing a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. impression. Almost. Wow. I just called Tyler. Man, they're going to be after me. They're going to be after me with pitchforks and fire sticks and all that other good jazz.
Actually finally got caught back up to Josh to keep him up there with them. Oh, there's that bump that you don't want to do.
Oh, that is exactly what we have just talked about, discussed. Wow. Philip went through a couple of trucks there. That is
impressive.
He's got some ghosting abilities or something. But man, that, just as we were talking about it, and well, we had kind of not talked. We had stopped talking about it for just a moment, but we had mentioned, you don't want to make mistakes, and most of the time you do see your wrecks happening on the straightaways at these super speedways. You saw a lot of wrecks in the corners, but here in the past handful of years, lots of wrecks on the straightaways, mainly because of these reasons right here. You have somebody checking up, and the person behind them either, doesn't know they're checking up, or they know they're checking up, or maybe they just given a bad bump at the wrong time while, say, Myers is checking up. Brandon is getting a run to come up and bumping, but he's getting out the throttle, just probably bicycling it or just pedaling, and whenever you're out of the throttle and you get a bump, oh my, yep, you saw the exhaust pipes light up. So he was out of the throttle. He had pedaled the throttle, and he was out of the throttle for just a moment. That's when Brandon hit him, and that really upset him as far as his truck goes. Probably upsetting that he got turned by a friend. You got a friend in me. Most definitely. As we can see the onboard here of Philip Bridgman, see what he sees, and he's got a little bit of damage. I'd go ahead and burn one of those quick fixes, because Just don't know how much like, truly damaged that number 40 truck is. He somehow had the ghostable powers to just go right through the 18. Get a good look here on board 28.
You see, Josh's hood's already pushed up.
Yeah, he probably found the wall earlier and he didn't catch it. Oh! It's amazing how much damage he got. Maybe he kind of net-coated Brandon while he was trying to check up, and he just got a lot more. Who is this we're riding on board with? The JBL truck?
Mark.
Oh, okay. Mark just probably Days of Thunder it right here. You could see, he sees. He kind of has a lot more time to try to do something than most people. And, oh, wow, barely gets by the 28. Then he hooks a right. And, man, Gilmore could have swept back up the track and just collected him. But epic. And, wow, you did some slow motion right there. That's nice. But,
You like that, right?
yeah, very unfortunate to see 17 laps in. I do believe it was lap 17 or 18. One of the two. Maybe three. Anywho, but yeah, that slow motion gizmo, that's nice. Already getting double filed back up to go. Green, it looks like.
Yes, sir. Well, we spent a lot of time looking at that. We wanted to make sure everybody saw from different views of the incidences that had occurred. And
yes, as long as everybody just sees it from my point of view.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. Phil was just like doing some Houdini stuff there. He said, all right, well, there's a car there. Keep my foot in it. I guess I'll be able to snap my fingers and drive through the truck. And he did.
But like we mentioned earlier, everybody's got 2 quick fixes, so I'm surprised Philip Bridgman has stayed in the pits as long as he has. Normally, don't you just gotta just have your quick fix marked and it just or checked or whatever?
He probably didn't want to use it right away. But well, as we get ready to take the restart here, and the green flag is out. Great start by Sutherland to Cliff.
Well, just not Sutherland, but yeah, Ashley there in the 10 truck. Dakota wasting no time to drop down and leave Kyle Heath, as he did him earlier, just before the caution arose. But Kyle now has help from Josh Malls in the 28 machine there, and Isaiah jumping up to the outside to pick up teammate, but I don't think that might have been a bit early there. I might have would have waited maybe. I don't know. That might have been a bit early there. Starting to get maybe some separation here, maybe just a lot of riding arounders. That's just not really a word, but let's just combine 6 of them while we're at it. A lot of people just wanting to ride around, burn off some time that is left in this race, log a lot of laps, and just let them duke it out and wreck in front of them because they don't want to be a part of it. And then you got a handful of others that was just involved in said wreck, and they don't want to be involved in another one. We got 2 competitors 1 lap down. That is Brandon LaHillier and Philip Bridgman. They will be fighting for that lucky dog if possible. as we see 2 lanes of traffic formed yet again. Mostly teammates on that outside lane.
Oh yeah, Isaiah, Kyle. I do believe it's Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah, Kyle, and I think Adams are the teammates.
I thought Larry Blair and Adams were. I thought Blair
and Larry.
was teammates.
Okay. Yeah, I think Larry's
I thought
teammates.
the 4 of the. I think you know, it's kind of hard to keep track sometimes. Let's just use that excuse. But yeah, this is pretty much everybody that wasn't in, or maybe a couple of them that were sprinkled in this previous caution, or our first caution, and we got some people a little bit further back. They're just riding around.
Yep, as you see that bottom lane bobble. It's the 10 of Cliff. Now Isaiah and them, they were going to attempt to come down, but they said nope, because now they're coming quick.
Oh, that was a good bump by Dakota, giving it to Ashley there, but that kind of upsettled, possibly lifted the rear end of the 10 up in the air. That really lost a lot of ground and momentum for that inside lane, and now the 2 teammates, Heath and Sutherland, were able to drop like a rock right down in front of the 10. So that outside line has dissipated extremely, and only a few trucks up there. They have all kind of blundered down to the bottom somewhat. Mostly your orange trucks are out there now, except for Josh Mall, he's red and white, but almost similar to the Red Baron pizza of the 17.
Now you got Brian jumped up to the outside lane.
Yeah, they're trying to get it reformed yet again.
Yep. You see Brian trying to side draft.
Looks like Philip Bridgman is coming into the clutches of going 2 laps down here. Very unfortunate, not what he wanted to see for this evening. I would have truly just wasted one of my quick fixes.
Oh!
Just to be able to...
There it is.
Oh! Is correct. Wow. Well, I guess now he's definitely going to have to use one of his quick fixes now, Brian.
Yes.
I want to say that was netcode, just because of how freakishly weird that looked. It looked so suddenly... I mean, he was staying out of the way. He was almost in the wall. And, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Just to see the still frame of the... Man. So... Cheswick here in the 6. This might not be a good camera angle. Wow. Koshik in the 33, I believe, got involved in that as well. Gonna have to go back a little bit further. Okay. Can you get a little bit closer from that angle? Or oh, they just had it coming together. They just, oh man. 3 wide is very tricky at Daytona. I mean, you do have enough room, but like, man, Phillip was doing what he was supposed to do. I mean, he just, one of them things, man, it's very easy to run out of room at a track like this. Looks like the 6 just kind of, you know, both of them, they just kind of had it coming together. I don't know really what else to call it. The 6 had a run, and the 40 was just so happened to be where he was. And I think the 6 was making sure that Larry on the bottom had enough room. And it's just a tough one to call because it's just a racing deal, really. Just one of them things. Doesn't look like nothing malicious. Just, you know.
Just one of those things that have happened, and whatever else.
Yes, whatever else.
Dakota.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, it's going fairly decent. So, how you doing today, Dakota?
Oh, not too bad. Just another beautiful night out here.
Noticed that you and Kyle were working pretty well together. Then all of a sudden, you pushed him up to the lead, and he's like, "See ya." You know, and where's your dad?
He's down there. Actually, he's down there in the waiting room.
Oh,
Yeah, Dad's out of town, so I'm out here solo, which means I ain't got no help, and we all know
yeah, pretty
ain't
much.
nobody gonna want to help at Daytona.
Yeah, everybody's kind of in it for themselves most of the time whenever it comes to a place like this, unless you truly do have someone out there. But how's that truck handling, you know, with everybody, Dakota? It looks like it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's handling pretty good. Pretty simple race, just ride around in a circle, try not to hit people more or less.
Well, it's pretty good to talk to you, Dakota. I know it's been a while. Yes, mine went blank and I derailed my Amtrak there. But anyway, Kyle, getting back to this restart, you expect to see some more carnage here?
Kyle, that's Dakota, sir.
Oh, I'm sure there's gonna be more.
Dakota.
This race ain't even halfway over yet.
Well, I knew that, Brian. If I said Kyle, then I didn't mean to. I must have just, you know, Kyles of Kyle on my mind. I don't think it's Heath. Maybe just Larson. Anyway, yes, Dakota. I'm so sorry I called you Kyle. I didn't mean to. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Man, Brian, you just threw me a curveball.
That's all right.
At least you corrected me in my mistakes. That's what we're here for. Did Philip not use his quick fix again?
Correct.
Oh my goodness.
Kyle with a great start. With Cliff behind him, Darnell behind him, Myers is behind Darnell. Now here comes the 7 of Hurlbut. I believe that's how you say it. My apologies. And then Isaiah, and then Dakota.
You know, we should have brought him into the booth just to ask him how he could Nothing wrong with asking, you know, on the fly.
Hey, right. I would love to jump that hill in one of But anyway, we're on iRacing, so. As they're double filed up, you see Myers is going to jump to the outside to get behind Dakota.
You ain't gonna let me live that one down, are you?
Which one?
Nothing. Anyway, yes, 2 good lines of traffic here after the restart from the second caution of the race.
Well, do you think we'll see another caution
I think so.
before the stage break?
Maybe.
Oh, look at that bobble by the 7. The old 7.
Can you just say it plainly? 7? 7.
That's a driver on iRacing. But he spells this with a C. But yes, the 7 truck. That's
Yeah, the 7 truck.
thing.
We don't have...
That's alright. Anywho, continue.
Oh, okay. Pretty good racing here. Lots of action packed. We've had only 2 cautions up to this point. Only 12 laps away from the halfway caution period.
Yes, lap 46 is when the caution will fly. Because that will be halfway. $13, 7, 10, 1, 44, 85, 75, 8, 17, top 10, and the 11. Isaiah with a great push to the back of the 7 truck. Dakota is still there, giving Isaiah the extra boost. Try to get the 7 around that 13 truck of Kyle Heath. But now that inside line is stacking up. To carry it through the corners. As they come out of turns 3.
Well, that outside line's got a lot of separation, but I do believe the outside line has the numbers. The 7 truck jumped. I believe he jumped up high, right? No. He jumped to the bottom now. Yes. He was clear. He jumped down to the bottom, away from Isaiah, now in front of Kyle. This might stack up that inside line a little bit.
10 laps to, 11 laps to go before the stage break. Now Dakota now jumps down to that bottom lane.
You were right, it's 10.
Oh, and there's that arrow hit.
Oh, huge. Man,
Yes.
Lots of checking up. I was going to say huge crash occurring, but it did not occur. But just a huge moment, nevertheless, coming through turn 4 here at Daytona. Really big bobble for a couple of competitors. Had their hands full. I wonder who all races with gloves in this league. I know a couple do.
Mm-hmm.
But man, no. But man, that looked pretty. That would make me have to possibly go change my pants.
Yes, a great save by Isaiah. He did a great job.
Everybody,
Yes.
great job by everybody to just not run over everyone and just I'm speechless, man. It was amazing.
You see Tyler Myers
Amazing
push
job
to
by
13.
everybody. To the lead, indeed, and now he's trying to leave the 13 as 13 is done to a
3 wide.
handful.
Oh, nope.
Oh, man.
Myers got out of the gas. He said, never mind. Come on. But neck-to-neck battle here between the 13 and the 44. But the 13 will cross the line to lead that lap. Myers, you got to hold that wheel pretty, bull. Can't be going left, right.
Got to be careful. I might yell at you. I mean, anyway,
Oh.
yes, they are really doing well. I'm surprised we haven't seen a couple of more cautions earlier than what we already have had, especially for how aggressive we have seen a couple of these competitors be. We almost had one big one coming off of turn 4 a handful of laps ago, just a couple of laps ago. That would have for sure ruined a couple of people. See Gilmore taking a look, just peeking behind the 44.
Yes. And then
That
he's
inside
got
line.
Cassidy
Very-
behind him, so.
And also Mike Chamberlain, who kind of been riding towards the rear of the field most of the night up until this point. He says, hello, I am here in my turquoise blue truck.
This is
As
interesting.
Darnell-
Everybody who takes the
Yes,
outside
everybody
lane, they just
Jumps
Alright.
down into the
Thank you.
lifeboat up the bottom lane. They get pushed out there and they desert everybody that had helped them to the front. And it's kind of a lone wolf or the lone survivor technique of just want to try to get to the front and control the race the best as possible.
Philip Bridgman 2 laps down, probably in danger of going 3, but at least he will get the lucky dog because he's the only one multiple laps down. And they are coming up on him to put him 3 laps down before the stage. Bridgman is now 3 laps down. You see the 10 working with the 8 on that outside. Dakota tried to jump out there, but that did not work. You see the 44 jump to the outside lane to block it. Now the 44 is going to be forced in the middle.
Yeah, but he really broke up the run that the 8 and 10 and 75 had. Really broke it up and stalled it. Everybody just jockeying for whatever position they can get at this moment in time. As Chamberlain got pushed in the tri-oval and that almost sent him spinning, but he gathered it up miraculously. Also could have just been straddling that paint with those left sides a bit too roughly as well. You know pretty well, Brian, get those tires if you get too greedy on that paint.
Loosey goosey. Oh, Kyle.
Oh, huge moment. Oh, and this is going to probably be unsavable, maybe. No, it is. He saved it.
But that will be a black flag for Kyle Heath.
And we got some more separation now up at the front from another stack up, if you will. 3 trucks are separated, and we got a snake line trying to form behind them to get their tow. Oh, caution is out here at lap
break.
45. Yes, stage break.
I thought it was
here.
46. 45.
It is all good.
Anyway, something had happened before because it said Tyler Myers had crashed. Oh! Turn one now a little bit. So as you see here, Isaiah pushed. Oh.
You know, that must have been what happened, or what transpired after Kyle Heath had his incident on the front stretch. Because they were kind of separate.
Oh yeah. Oof. If I'm Myers, you should have just pulled down and...
Well, Isaiah is giving him a really good push. I mean, you almost can't do nothing whenever you're getting pushed from behind. You want to try to talk to Philip Bridgman?
Yeah, we can do that. Phil.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, Phil. What's the strategy behind trying not to use both of your like not to use one of the quick fixes? You've been caught up in a couple of big incidences, and you've just decided not to use your quick repairs. I just wanted to kind of know the strategy behind that.
I did actually use one of them already, but I'm definitely about to use the other one.
Oh.
I thought maybe I could pull it off, trying to save that last one, but I'm definitely still down on power, and it kind of backfired a little bit, but just can only hope the best from here.
Well, good luck to you. Hopefully you can regain those laps and everything, Phil. So, good to see you out there. Just noticed that you were having a pretty good piece early on. You qualified almost on pole. You and Larry Blair had identical lap times. You were just 7 1,000ths off, which is very, very close.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I thought it was going great for a little bit. I tried to duck out to the high side, and I just couldn't keep it from getting into the wall.
Yeah, did you lose the nose there, or like what happened coming out of turn 4 that time that you just mentioned?
I just got like super tight. Well, like I did try to go to the high side, but I just couldn't get it to go back down or keep it down afterward.
Understandable. Well, thanks for talking to us, Philip. Best of luck, like I said. Hopefully you can get all that ground made up.
Appreciate it.
How? Hey, we talk to Keith. Keith.
Hey, there's a Carthage, Mississippi. And there's a Carthage, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Keith, you got a copy? Hey,
Yeah, I got
hey Keith, how do you pronounce your last name, Keith?
you. It's kind of goofy, but it's pronounced just like it's spelled. Hurlbutt.
Pearl, but I'm just gonna call you Keith, man.
Yeah, Keith works.
It does. How's that truck handling? Looked like some bumper cars earlier. Just explain how is it going real quick.
It's going all right. We just getting a little racy at times, and people are kind of jumpy. The truck's handling good. You just got people are checking up, and so a lot of checkups. A lot of people running into each other right now. Getting a little racy, even though it's still the first half of the race here.
Well, Keith, thanks for letting us know how to pronounce that, and best of luck to you, man. You seem to be up front almost all night, so hopefully good luck is on your side.
I appreciate it. We'll see how it goes.
Well, Earl Butt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's just keep calling him Keith. And great restart there by the 44. Isaiah's right behind him. Not too sure if the 10 missed a shift or just got caught sleeping there. Maybe he wasn't ready.
I don't think he was ready, but that stalled him and Brandon down tremendously. You see here, Will, these boys are just hooting and hollering now. Next couple of laps, we'll go to our favorite segment of the night. We'll hit that on lap 52. But Robbie's doing excellent. Robbie's doing great with the help of Isaiah to the back of that 44 Chevy. Yes. There is a little space between Isaiah and Dakota. That outside lane trying to get formed up, but it just isn't working at this current moment. Kyle Heath is out of the race, ladies and gentlemen. It's very unfortunate.
Man, he's been involved in enough incidences that he lost both of his quick fixes.
Well, I think they don't clear black flags or nothing. So, whoa, Jim was the fortunate circumstance of that deal.
So, you're saying that Kyle basically got disqualified whenever he hit the...
Well, he would have had 3 laps to serve it. Because I know he did go through the infield and straight through to the pit exit, and that will clock you with a penalty, I do believe. Unless they fixed it, I don't know. That's all I know.
Yeah, let's see if we get a good replay here of what just transpired going into turn 3. Oh, Jim gave a pretty decent bump to the back of the 6 of Cheswick, and unfortunately Cheswick wasn't able to hold it. Maybe he was getting ready, preparation turning into the corner, or already way before the corner. So just maybe Cheswick doing the same thing earlier that Myers was doing, just pedaling. And yes, you can see he lifted, and then unfortunately Jim nowhere to go.
Oh yeah.
But not too much damage done to both trucks, to be honest. At least it looks like it visually. And I think Bridgman was able to get by it cleanly, I think. I don't think he got any damage.
That grass is what launched them back up.
Oh yeah.
Doink.
Philip just cuts down to avoid it all. He was just already riding in the back of the pack, just minding his P's and Q's. He's trying to recover those 2 laps. And I believe he might get one of them back. He is only the only competitor 1 or more laps down besides Palmer, who is 28 laps down. So
Yep.
it'd be Robbie Darnell are getting ready to interview. Maybe, oh, okay, never mind, Isaiah.
Hello.
Oh, you caught me mid-conversation. Hello, friend.
How are you?
I am doing good. How are you?
Doing alright. Wow, you guys are coming to green that quick? Anyway, how's that truck?
Well, you know, you put the foot down and let her eat, and that's how she is. No, race is pretty wild. It's fun out here. I don't really like super speedway races, but this one hasn't been too bad. Past couple of races I've done at super speedways haven't been bad, so just working with my teammates and having fun while doing it.
Right on. Will, anything for Isaiah?
How's that truck handling, Isaiah?
Oh, again, put the throttle down and let it eat. Turn the wheel a little bit. It's not loose or anything. I haven't even been getting tires. I think I've only gotten 1 set so far. I don't know if I'll get any more. So, but it's driving good. There's a good amount of grip. So, you got to watch for the pushes, of course. It'll get you a little wiggly in the straightaways. But other than that, it's doing good, driving good.
You think we'll see any green flag pit stops tonight, Isaiah?
No. I doubt it.
Right.
We might, but I don't know. We're all racing pretty hard here, so we probably won't get any.
Well, best of luck to you, Isaiah. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck, man.
Thanks, guys.
No problem, bud. Boy, that truck.
I think Tyler Myers got the lead, got back on the lead lap.
Yes,
Possibly. Bridgman's still 2 laps down.
Boy, what a
So-
run from Chamberlain, huh?
Yeah, Chamberlain got shot out of a cannon.
Now here goes the 24. And Robbie and LaHillier and Brian. And who else do we have here?
Oh, the 7.
Josh is going to stay on the bottom. Oh, LaHillier, you're not clear. Now he is. Nelly. Golly.
You know, he's got a couple of good songs, too.
All right,
You know,
well,
I think if...
Yep, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think if Heath can keep his nose clean, just stay out of all the rest of the trouble that is yet to come, perhaps. I think he is one to watch towards the end here. Heath Hurlbut in that 7 machine. Hurlbut.
Oh, we'll go to our favorite part of the night. Enjoyable, fellas, for the crank it up part.
Oh, a huge crash! Huge crash!
Yes, we had that perfect. Right on that little camera there. He started riding the wall.
That was the DeWalt machine of James Bryan, who wanted to become one with the fencing. Oh man, Mark was checking up and Palmer's like, nah, not today. Right on board here with the 85 machine to see what transpired. Palmer's giving him a great shot to go towards the lead, but man, it is really tricky. He's hanging on for dear life. Chamberlain. Oof. And netcode. I'm going to go with netcode. 10,000, Alex. And bam. At least that's what it looked like from that camera angle. Can we ride on board with the 70 of Chamberlain? Giving him a real good push here, right where he needs to be pushing him. And, oh, right as I said that. See, that's why pushing in the corners, folks. Wow, that sponsorship on that hood of that 70 machine, that is interesting. Big Richards, look at that. I don't want to... Anyway, a lot of Richard Nixons out there. That was quite something. But yeah, pushing in the corners, especially that aggressively, that'll do it.
Yes, sir.
So does Bridgman not get his lap back this time? Like,
Yes, he does.
was he involved in that somehow?
Now, he's now one lap down.
Okay. Okay, so he just needs another crash that he's not involved in. Well, another caution. We've seen crashes happen that just, that was a wild ride for Dakota there. That was something interesting. Like I said, Chamberlain not really doing nothing wrong, just sometimes pushing in the corners, especially that aggressively, can do it, but at the same time, you know, it's a 50-50.
Oh, yeah.
So, by his name, it says that he's in a Ford, but I thought that was a Toyota.
Brandon!
What's going
Is that
on?
not a Toyota?
No, that's a Ford.
I thought it... Brandon, are you in a Toyota or a Ford?
Gotta join the show tonight?
Yes.
Are you in a Toyota? Oh, you're in a Ford.
How's that car doing?
It's a
Oh,
truck.
it's wonderful. Smooth, good. It's just, we have tight racing. Everybody, you know, if you could tell. But so far, car feels good. Us being our boys or getting at it.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Talk us about earlier whenever you gave your friend/teammate a pretty aggressively good bump and you just sent him a rye, or was that? Yeah, that was Myers, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you didn't know that he was checking up, or you couldn't really
Willie
see in front of
here.
Say what?
Is Will even here? I'll just hear you.
You don't hear Will?
I do not hear Will, no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He said...
Anyway, coming.
How'd you say, oh, hurry up, I'm late.
Did he not know that Tyler was checking up in front of him earlier, or?
That one wreck that had happened with you and Tyler, did you not know that he was checking up earlier?
No, it's one of those closing rate speeds. I didn't even hear Tyler even in this race. Anything, just last minute. I thought I had him squared up. No, it just went a little bit too high. And I got the left side of his corner panel, and there he goes.
Alright, buddy, you're getting ready to go back. I'm going to get you back up there. Good luck.
Alright, you guys enjoy the show.
Hey,
I don't think I like the Discord app anymore because you can still hear people while they have you muted. So that's I don't know how to feel about that, Brian. But yeah, we're coming back to green. 30 laps to go here. Wow, time just seems like it flies by sometimes. But most of the racing tonight has been pretty fast paced. Not gonna lie.
the green's out. Here we go. What is up, James? How are you, sir?
Hey, James, were you scared at all riding behind the car of Joshua Small last night in the race? I would like to know from your point of view. I've got to see it from your point of view. If him
70,
bobbing
you ain't
like
clear.
a...
He is now.
Yeah, that was a spicy moment for sure on that restart. Cheswick, he's already been involved in one or two cautions, so he wants to try to stay away. Oh, really tight.
There they go! Wreck! There it is! The biggin!
Exactly, coming up at turn 4.
Check
A
up Phil.
lot involved.
So now that should put Phil back on the lead lap if there was no contact made.
You're starting to sound like you're rooting for the guy.
Nope, I was just keeping distance for closing rate problems. Right on.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me know from your point of view. I like to know because, you know, that from what I got to see, it was really freaking me out. But anywho, huge crash here coming out of turn number 4, possibly triggered by some aggressive side drafting. Really, man, coming to the steel frame, and man, not quite as shocking as what we saw earlier with Cheswick on top of Bridgman. But we got really excited when we saw this live. Yeah, Chamberlain just got, oh man, that's a tough hit for the 10. And wow, the 7 truck looks like Heath was able to make it through. The seas parted. Moses all of a sudden parted the seas for the 7 of Heath Hurlbut. trying to butcher his last name, so I do not pronounce it correctly. But I'd like to ride on board with Heath after that was a great onboard by Brandon, just able to stay out of the trouble, everything just swooping off the track in front of him. This is on board with the 7 of Keith. I think he did the slow motion a bit too early, but it's okay. Man, I know it is a bit difficult, and oh man, oh, he got in the back of Isaiah, so he didn't quite get through it completely, but he kind of did right here. Oh man, thank you, Moses. If you guys believe in that sort of thing. Anyway, kind of sucks for Isaiah. He was just trying to rebound and come up through the field, and he checked up and got a pow right in the, pow. Like those Batman graphics that used to be in the television show. Every time he would punch somebody, like pow, bam, pow. It's kind of been a doozy tonight. Kind of been a somewhat of a slobber knocker. That is for sure. Which, I mean, to be fair, Daytona, Talladega, the speedways kind of bring that out in the truckers. Or really in anyone, I suppose.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't believe I called Dakota Kyle earlier. And I'm looking right at his name. Anyway.
Hey, it happens.
You're like, that's Dakota.
Hey, Rob. 44, 17, 24, 8, 28, 18, 70, 7, 10, and 33. So the stream's holding up pretty good today. Really good. Impressive, ain't it?
Yes, that is always fantastic and glorious when
I
things
guess.
are going the way they should.
Must have said, alright, well, we're ready for SRU, so we'll make sure that it works good. But yes, Josh will be in P5. Good to see him up there, staying out of all the trouble. Philip Bridgman now back on the lead lap. He has to stay out of the trouble from here on out, because Will, as you heard, he said he is going to have to use that second quick fix. So now it's survival to the end here, and the pace truck does pull off. Go, go, go! There we go. Good start by Robbie. Jump up there to pick up Cassidy. Tyler Myers is going to jump down and help the 24. Cassidy's going to stay up on the outside lane. What will happen here? Well, do you think they're done with wrecking?
Oh man, it's too early still to tell. It's only 25 to go.
Yes. Oh, you see Dakota peeling
Sir.
off. Wonder if he's got a penalty to serve. Coming to 25 laps to go, Will.
Yeah, that pit road exit cam right there kind of became one with the pace truck driver's face. That was nice. We were inside the pace car for a moment.
Gotta love it, right?
No, that was freaky.
Oh, okay. Oh, the bobble from Adams.
I wonder if that was a push too hard being given by the aid of Tyler Myers, but that was kind of a bad camera angle.
Oh, the bobble!
Oh, wow, what a catch by David Cassidy. That is deserving of a round of applause. As the 10 had a big enough hole to jump up in front of. You know, I think, Brian, if it stays green from here on out, which trendings kind of show, it might be unlikely, but if it was to stay green from the rest of the way on, I don't think these guys are going to have enough gas to make it. So that'll be quite interesting to play out if it was to stay green.
Yes, Will. Indeed, I do agree with you.
Where was, I know it's two words that are similar. Sounds very awkward if you say them incorrectly, I guess. But back again with that awkward camera shot with the pace truck.
The 70 on the outside with the 17.
Oh man, Mike changed. You know, there's that bump in the middle of 1 and 2, up really high, up against the wall. That could be what a couple of these truckers are having to struggle with.
And that apron, boy, they love hitting that going into 3 and 4, Will.
It's kind of misleading, or that bottom lane can be misleading if you're putting enough wheel input, but sometimes you're putting more than enough. You go down and you hit that paint, and it'll either shoot
Easy
you up
Myers.
or
Yes.
spin you around.
Oh, I agree. That outside lane is starting to form well. But the 44, the 10, the 70, the 17, the 30, the 33, and who's... And Blair.
Yeah, there is a lot of good competitors on that outside to make it go. That is for sure. Blair, Bridgman, Ashley, Burnell, Chamberlain, Cassidy. And Mark Koshik is showing up
Cliff.
before 10 to go. Yeah, Cliff Ashley got a bit too high up, and looks like he's going to just get deserted up there in that third lane. David Cassidy backed out of it. He went down to the bottom, shuffleboarded down. The 7 of Keith Hurlbut making some moves, finding himself now in the third position, now going low, trying to take the lead now away from Smalls and Myers. He's going to have help from Jason Adams and Brandon LaHillier, who has
These
me
boys,
muted.
sir. Shot.
Yeah, you got some windshield wipery going on with a couple of competitors, but that's just either wake of the draft or maybe trying to hold it steady, focused on what is in front of them. As Keith Hurlbut is up in the lead now, working a lot of magic tonight, staying out of all that trouble. Jason Adams aggressive on the back bumper of that 7. 20 laps to go. About to be 19 at the stripe. I think everybody is just asking for another wreck here.
Oh, yeah. But, well, when does it happen?
You never know. Just the slightest mistake that we have seen tonight can trigger it. That is for sure. Oh!
They're good. They saved it.
Yes, they did indeed. I don't know how, but they did. Jason Adams made a move on your race leader to get underneath him and take that spot. The 7, though, staying strong in the outside, got a good side draft, not letting it go. And David Cassidy going to come up, give him a good push. And, man, if he can get the outside formed a little bit more, a little bit quicker here. Wow. That is a very strong move by Heath to be able to put his quarter next to the quarter of the 24 and keep himself up in the front. Philip Bridgman with that big evasive maneuver just a lap ago. Now on that outside lane, 5th truck behind, maybe 4th now. Indeed it is, since the 7 jumped down in front of the 24.
I think all these boys are going to get shot. One by one.
Almost certainly. Oh, David Cassidy now takes the lead away. He jumps down in front of the 7. But a great push by the 10 of Ashley to the back of Smalls. Almost propelled Smalls into the race lead, but not quite. A lot of jockeying back and forth, up and down. Myers holding a very steady wheel here tonight in that 28 machine.
That's Smalls.
Really great. Who did I say?
Myers.
Oh, my apologies, Josh. I called you Myers. But anyway, they both have an 8 in their number. I mean,
yes, they do.
You blame me?
No, sir, I cannot.
They both drive a Ford. I mean, what? I'm going to keep coming up with excuses. But man, it kind of looks like their run has kind of stalled. They don't have the numbers on that outside lane. So that results into pinching the inside lane, trying to get that side draft. Side draft can be very tricky. As an alcoholic wants a drink, that race car driver wants that side draft.
Oh yeah. But, well, that outside lane is still hanging strong though. They are trying everything and they're almighty to get that.
Oh yeah, they're trying, but they just don't have the numbers, Brian. And when you don't have the numbers, you ain't gonna have the movement.
That is correct, sir.
Now we're coming up on a slow possible lap truck up towards turn 2.
Dakota.
Could be, I was about to say, could be Dakota Bryant. And indeed it is.
Adams pulled out. He must have not felt comfortable.
Yeah. I was going to say that's kind of quite questionable, but
coming to 13 to go. Oh, that bump you don't want to do. Koshik is in the wall. There was still stay green.
Yeah, possibly checking up in front of him, and Chamberlain looks like got into the back of him. It's part of it, unfortunately. Darnell jumped up to that outside lane, or he might have been there. My apologies, I kind of forgot, but no, that's not Darnell. That is that's Brian. And that inside. Darnell is a little bit further back.
Yes,
Paint schemes kind of look similar. Outside lane trying to get by that inside. They almost had the numbers for a moment. Now that bottom lane seems to have them. At least the momentum.
Coach Cliff. Oh, Phil moves down to the bottom.
Yep, he had an opening and he took it. He said, I was in this high side long enough. Tyler Myers now, he had an opening, but he decided not to take it right.
That is correct. He is staying with Josh.
11 laps to go, 10 next time by at the stripe. Pretty great race all night tonight. Had a few hiccups, had a couple of cautions, but it is to be expected.
You see Josh giving a great shove to the 10 of Cliff. But the 10 is clear. The 28 isn't.
I just don't know if they get enough fuel, Brian. If it
I don't
stays
know.
green.
There they come. There they come.
Oh, that answered the question somewhat.
Oh, Adam, save it. Good save.
Oh, wow. He about moved it into the wall. You wanted to say it, so I just said it for you. Hopefully in another language that word is not offensive, but anywho,
Which group is next to come down pit road? Well,
it's almost too tough to tell, but I would expect most of these front runners to pit on this lap, I would suspect. Myers, LaHillier, possibly. Nope. A good portion of them, all of them stayed out there. Oh.
yes, indeed. 9 to go. Well, 10, 28, 17, 7, 40, 70, 18, 8, 75, and 44. That is your top 10. The rest of that group was Kevin Roy and Adams and all them who had came down to the pits. You see Brandon and Tyler making their pits. Which ones would be pulling off next?
Is anyone's guess.
Josh still hanging strong on the outside with Cliff and Chamberlain.
I think we both know that Philip Bridgman is trying to save
Yes.
all the way to the end.
And you can tell that he's really not pushing the issue.
He won last season's SRU season opener, and he is the defending champion as well of the SRU Truck Series. So I'm sure he is trying everything in his power to go back-to-back season openers here for the SRU Truck Series. I'm sure, though, I'm pretty sure that is the farthest thing from his mind about thinking about being back-to-back season opening race winners. As I would have to agree with you, you can really tell in the characteristics or the profiling of the way that he is just racing at the moment. He's not giving it that 100%. Just gotta wonder, though, is this front 7 lead lap leaders here, are they going to try to go until they can't? Are they going to run it dry, as that song goes, you know, until the river runs dry? Anyway, yeah, that's always a sight to try to see whenever fuel mileage comes into play. Of course, whenever you got 75% fuel, that's normally what might happen. And haven't really seen green flag pit stops until this point all night. Didn't start happening until about 8 or 9 to go, I believe it was.
There they go. That bottom is starting to pit.
Oh, man. So you got Cassidy, Bridgman, and Ashley, that threesome coming into the pits. 4 laps to go here in the SRU Truck Series at Daytona, season opening for the season 9.
Oh yeah.
So that may spoil any planning that Bridgman might have had to go back-to-back race wins in the season opening race. Josh Malls comes down with Mike Chamberlain, so that tandem is coming in slowly but surely. Cars are getting depleted from that front pack. Be something that Heath Hurlbut won this race. There is some lappers in between him and Gilmore. Gilmore really holding station right behind Dakota Bryan. But now Gilmore seems to just be backing off a little bit. Maybe running out of gas or just saving. No, not coming down, just saving a lot. 2 laps to go. The question would be, which one of these competitors out of the front 2 have enough fuel? And are we going to see a caution before they get back around to the stripe to get the white flag? That is another question.
That is a
There's
very
little
good
questions here at the end of this race. Man, that is a truck that has been through a war. That 75 at Gilmore. If he wins this race, man, looks like a truck that should be raced at Bristol or Martinsville or somewhere.
coming through the white flag, Will.
Yes,
7
white flag.
peeled off.
Oh man, that is heartbreaking. Have to pit with 1 lap to go. So Gilmore here, all he has to do, just ride around. This group, I don't think, can catch him unless Gilmore runs out of gas. Can we go back to Gilmore? Make sure, just see where he is, just in case he does run out. We know that this pack is at the start-finish line, and Gilmore is at basically the center of the back straightaway, so he should be golden if he does start to run out, which he could. He's at 6,000 RPM, 6,100.
He's out.
No, but he's got it in the bag. He has enough gap. He is great. 2 nights in a row, we have seen a truck or a car running out of gas coming to the checkered flag, and this time it is the 75 of Gilmore taking the checkered flag in the Season 9 opening race here at Daytona for the SRU Truck Series. What an impressive run by Gilmore to just run it dry, just have the best fuel mileage of them all. And it is a scrap going back. We're going to have to look at the finish. Oh, wow. What a photo finish indeed for second place. Darnell, Adams, Roy, and Sutherland there. That foursome coming along the start-finish stripe to be the result of the top 5. Oh, man, that was great to see that. Holy cow. If Gilmore would have ran out of gas, what a finish that would have been for the race win, Brian.
Oh, yeah. That
But nevertheless, it was still great. Man. Unofficial race results here. Jeff Gilmore gets the win here tonight at Daytona. I'm sure he is pretty happy with himself, being able to save 25 laps of gas, maybe 26. That's quite impressive. Hopefully we get to talk to him shortly here. Robbie Darnell, Jason Adams rounds out the podium finishers. Kevin Roy, good run for Kevin tonight. He kept his truck out of most of the trouble, I would imagine. I don't think we saw him in too many of the crashes.
No. 1 second. There you go. All good. As he limps across. There you go. Well, let's see if we can talk with Jeff. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Yay, Jeff. Excellent fuel mileage. How were you able to save that 25, 26 laps there?
Well, I'm still coasting back here, so I'm trying to get my bearings. I don't know where I am on the track.
Looks like you're in turn 3.
Yeah. I'll probably just park it here, get a tow. Yeah, it was. I knew it was tight. It was hard to get a good judge on fuel mileage the whole race because cautions were coming out, and you know how it is. You don't get a good reading because sometimes you're full throttle if you're out front, sometimes you're half throttle if you're in the pack. So, but I knew it was around 25, 26 laps, and that last caution came out with going to green around 26 laps, and so I had to save quite a bit. I knew we were going to be tight, so I topped up with the one to go on the caution, and it went green, and I ran out in turn 4, had to coast. Lucky.
Yeah, you had a big enough gap, basically almost a half a track gap from you to the second place, or the foursome that was trying to run you down. Maybe if they had, another lap for sure. But just how you feeling with this win tonight here in the SRU Truck Series?
Feeling good. I almost missed it. I forgot it was starting again tonight, and almost missed it. I got in on time, and they let me race, and appreciate that. Appreciate the SRU, what they do, get us out on track each week. Very serious, awesome. It's good. It's good league, good bunch of guys. I feel really good about the win. Probably won't get another one, so.
Oh, never say never, or never say, don't have that mentality, man.
Well, these guys are quick. There's some quick guys in here. They're hard to beat on speed.
Well, I mean, a win's a win. That's always. What's really cool, last season in the 8 or 9 race summer stretch season that you guys did in the SRU. Philip Bridgman, he's another Canadian. He won last season's opener. You're Canadian, so that's kind of cool. Have back-to-back Canadians winning, season openers.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Never noticed that. Never knew that before.
I just kind of wanted to point that out to you. So, anything else you'd like to add about the race? I thought it was a pretty good race overall. Yeah, there was some, I guess if you want to say some hiccups or some wrecks, but that's kind of to be expected, perhaps, whenever you come to a place like this. But
Yeah.
what did you think of it all?
The setup's not great. This build, the truck wanders really bad. It's hard to hold straight, especially in the draft. So when it comes time to pinch and side draft, stuff goes south really quick. Trucks are moving half a lane, full lane. So you're lucky when they both move at the same time. But when they're moving in opposite directions at the same time, that's when you get stuff going down. So, but yeah, the package isn't. This is probably one of the worst packages that I can remember of late for the trucks, for sure. It's just it's got the wanders, I guess you could say. It's just all over the track.
Understandable. Got any shout outs you'd like to give there, Mr. Gilmore?
SRU for sure, the league. Thank my teammates. They didn't have anybody there tonight with me, but the Can-Am group, we're called Can-Am. We got a group of Canadian and American guys that we surf the internet and surf the iRacing leagues, and we're all over the place every week. And SRU is one of our stops. So thank my teammates for sure, and thank you guys for hosting the broadcast there as well. That's great. Good job.
Thank you.
You should try to recruit Philip Bridgman into that Can-Am Canadian American little.
Philip Bridgman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look him up.
Yeah, he's a good. You were racing with him earlier. Pretty good competitor, I would say. He's a laid back, chill Canadian. I've known him for 9-10 years. Really laid back.
Bridgman. Philip Bridgman. I thought you were saying Richmond. Sorry. Me and Philip were right at the beginning of the race there. Actually, we were doing pretty good together. And then forget what happened to him. He went a little high and maybe got the wall or something. But he was there at the end. So.
And that's kind of what all that matters, to be honest, Jeff. You just got to be there at the end. Well, congratulations on the victory tonight. Not too sure. Do you know where we are next week?
Gateway.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Gateway.
Gateway, yeah.
What do you think about that awkward track in the Midwest of America?
It's a one-off. It's unique to go to for sure, but it's not one of my favorite places. It reminds me of a little bit of Phoenix in a way. It's got that big sweeper 3 and 4, and then kind of a tight 1 and 2. So it's got parts of different tracks. Again, it's very unique. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely one to go to because you get a change of pace when you go to a track like that. So.
Well, Jeff. Thanks again for talking to us. Congratulations again. And best of luck to you next week and everything else you got going on. So
appreciate it, and thank you guys too. Good luck to you. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again.
P2 Robbie. Hello.
Good evening.
How are you, Rob?
I'm doing all right, for second place.
Well, a lot of up and downs tonight, that's for sure. Why don't you give these fans a little detail of how your truck was handling tonight, impact, and all that other good stuff.
I had handled pretty good. My Hillsboro feed Silverado was fast tonight, and I got I do have to apologize to my teammate there, Kyle. I got to run on the outside, and I got to clear down, and they already sped back up, and I come down in front of him. Kind of caused him to mess up, but all in all, it was a good night, and had my teammates there with me at the coming across the line, and Kevin Roy. I'll give a shout out to him. He is a great pusher, and also just keep him and his family in your prayers. His mother passed away.
Oh my God! My apologies.
No, it's just keep him in your prayers and special
Absolutely.
thoughts and comfort for his family, man. And but it was a good race tonight, and Kevin's one of the good guys in this league.
Oh yeah, I agree.
He gave me everything he had, and we just didn't have enough to catch Jeff there. He played the better strategy.
Yes, sir. Well.
Yes, and talking about that strategy, Robbie, after you guys came out the pits and it basically looked as if you guys wasn't going to run him down, you had a photo finish there for second. That was a pretty wild finish, Robbie.
Yeah, it's always fun to outrun your teammates, especially Jason Adams. No, Jason's a great teammate too. We BFR, we got a great group of guys. I mean, Kyle and Isaiah and Jason and Larry. Larry's our crew chief, man. He's something else. And then Brandon Hartwell.
They were teammates with Larry.
Yeah. Larry's our man. Larry's our guy, man. He's top notch.
We sometimes get confused up in the booth, like who's teammates with who. So, like earlier in the race, Brian's like, "I think Larry's teammates with him." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think he is too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah."
Yeah, Larry's. Like, Yeah, Larry's one of the best guys you could possibly know. Just to be honest with you.
He is a pretty chill guy.
Yeah, and give a special shout out to Aiden. I hope he's watching it at home at Kyle's house there, and I'm probably his least favorite BFR driver right now. But I mean,
hey man,
I love those guys. Yeah. When you got a good team and we're all pretty fast, you're bound to hit each other every once in a while. And
indeed, sir.
But yeah, great night all together. Just hate it from my buddy Kyle there, but he's a great guy. I'll be honest with you, everybody in our league is a great guy, and we just got a good league here, man. Best league in them.
Too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
No, Robbie,
who are you again? No.
Robbie, if you don't mind me asking, you were talking about the strategy earlier. You said that Gilmore just played it better. So you guys had the restart there with 26-25 to go, I believe. And were you going to try at all to try to save a little bit, or was there just no trying at that point? You just got to know that you're going to come in at some point?
Well, with me and Jason both on the front row on that final restart, it kind of, we couldn't save until I could get to the back, and that's I want to run a few laps up there next to him and then get in the back, but I didn't really. What Jeff did was went back to pit with one to go, and that gave him a little edge, and I thought about it.
Off, eh?
Yeah, and it was a great plan. I mean, and if you can stay behind people and just kind of run
beautiful
three-quarter throttles, I mean, that was great. But I mean, all of us pitting together with Kevin coming in with us too. That was we were a rocket ship. If we'd had one more lap, I believe we would have caught him. Well, because he would have run out.
You guys probably wasn't putting a caution into your pit strategy at that point because, we hadn't really, I would say, probably almost got to the pit window of coming down to pitting, but never really quite got there because a caution would always arise before that would occur. So I'm kind of in awe, or were you guys kind of shocked that you guys were able to do that final stretch green?
Well, once we ran long enough to get into the pit window, I felt like us getting separation, taking some of the cars out of the large pack equation, that would allow us. That would kind of, unless I mean, it's super speedway racing. Cautions happen, but I felt like once we got the group separated and us four guys got in the line, that took the option for another caution out, unless something crazy happened. And the green flag strategy, like I said, I think we just got the cautions out of our system, and it was ready to go.
Well, Robbie, is there any more shout-outs or anything else you'd like to add about the racing tonight?
Yeah, shout out to my wife and kids. They don't watch, but hey, I'm still gonna shout out to them. My boss Roger Felkins for letting me put Hillsboro Feed Company on my cars, and if I know not many people from Alabama are watching, but if you're in North Alabama, come down to Hillsboro Feed Company. We have the best feed for your farm animals that you could possibly ever want, and we're a great company, and I want to thank the Lord for letting me wake up this morning and be alive, man, and get here to race with these guys, my friends. Got a great community at SRU, and then just iRace in general. I seem to make good friends, and I'm happy to be here. Great broadcast tonight, guys. I'm gonna go back and watch.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. And Robbie, congratulations on the good finish tonight. And Gateway next week. Real quick before we let you go, what's your thoughts on Gateway? I believe.
Should be a fun racetrack. I hope I can make it. These truck races, every once in a while I get in one. For most of the time, I'm real busy on Friday evenings, but it's great. If we get in there, it'll be great to run with my friends again.
All right, Robbie.
Fun track.
Thanks for talking to us.
Yes, sir.
Man, yeah. Y'all have a good night, fellas.
You too.
You too.
And last but not least, pull him down here real quick. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How you guys doing tonight?
Fairly decent, Jason. Exciting and intriguing finish to tonight's festivities. As Robbie said, you guys got the wrecks and cautions out of the system finally, and you were able to get a green flag pit stop going, and that really threw a kick in the bucket. But you guys had a really great side-by-side finish for second. If Jeff would have ran out of gas a lot sooner, you guys would have had an epic photo finish for the win. But he did not run out sooner, so you guys had that epic photo finish for second. So, Jason, let's hear your thoughts about the race tonight. I would love to hear them.
First of all, I want to say it was long and tiring. I don't know who that person was that picked 91 laps to run at Daytona tonight. I guess that person would have to be me. But yeah, it was an exciting night. We had some cautions early. Kind of got through them. Ended up having to use one fast repair. Got hit from the back from somebody, not sure who. Got a little damage from that, and then we stayed clear the rest of the night. Led quite a few laps up front. My teammate Robbie behind me, helping me out. We were all shocked to see Jeff actually make it to the end of the race because we were like, there's no way nobody can make it. And Isaiah made that call. He's like, let's pit early so we can get ahead of the game, and we did so. And like you guys said, I really wish Jeff would have run out of fuel because we could have made an absolutely perfect photo finish at the end. But congrats to Jeff. Jeff run hard tonight. And I like to thank Isaiah and Robbie, Larry, Kyle. I hate Kyle and Robbie ended up getting into it early in the running, but it happens. Not sure exactly what happened on that. I hadn't had a chance to go back and look at that, but I like to thank all my teammates.
I'm sorry, Jason, go ahead.
No, I'd just like to thank all my teammates that work with me week in and week out, not just here in the trucks, but in the Xfinity and the Cup Series that we have with SRU. They're awesome teammates. Robbie, our painter, Larry, our crew chief, and Kyle, he pretty much calls the steering shots, and with Isaiah. So on what we're going to run, not going to run from week in and week out?
I think there was a bad bump, Jason, given to Kyle, or something happened through the trioval, or like the exit of the trioval. I think that shot Kyle down, and he hit the pit exit line, and then a caution, like it was right before the stage break, and the caution came out for what happened after that on the backstretch, and I guess he wasn't ever able to serve his penalty, or I don't know, but yeah, uh, that happened. But Jason, yeah, like you said, you were able to lead some laps. You were in a couple of melees, but not in every one of them. But you were able to eventually be able to keep your nose clean. And yeah, like you said, like we said as well, only if Jeff could have ran out a little bit sooner instead of turn 4. Um, you guys would have had an epic photo finish for the lead, but instead it was for second, which, hey, not too bad. Uh, I was shocked whenever we came back to look at the finish for second. Like, bam, you guys were crossing the line side by side. I was like, holy cow. Miraculous finish after all of what transpired. Like you said, kind of long or grueling, but it could have been longer, but it wasn't. So that's a plus, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Kevin, by the way, for sticking with me and Isaiah and Robbie there at the end and pitting with us. He's a great help. He works with us a lot. I really hated the passing there at the end, but I told Isaiah, I said, I'm going high. Isaiah went with me. That's how I ended up able to talk to you guys tonight. But no, I mean, I really hated to go high on him, but I did. I mean, it's time to go. Last lap, we got to do what you got to
Exactly.
do.
Jason, I don't feel like everyone's just trying or dying to talk to me and Brian at times, but it seems like there's a couple of characters that just seem to always be there, and it's like, hey, I'm back, type of thing. But always good to talk to you or see you whenever we are able. Um, you pretty much gave all your shout outs and everything. Next week, it is next week Gateway.
Yes, yeah, Worldwide Technology. Yes, we're going to
Oh,
be going to that. So it's going to be interesting. But guys, I'm going to be just quite honest with you. Daytona is one of my better tracks. So you guys probably won't be talking to me anytime soon, being in the top 3 for the next quite a few races. But I'm just happy to talk with you guys now.
well, you never know. You might be able to do something on strategy there, Jason. But um, well, that's I consider Gateway to be basically flat Darlington. That's what I always compare it to. That's like really the only thing you can compare it to besides an awkward Milwaukee Mile, just a bit longer. But it's a really tricky track, and can't wait to see how you guys take on it next week. Great to be back. Had a couple of weeks off hiatus, but great to be back calling the action for you guys. Always love to see it. Really do.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Also, I like to throw out there real quick while I got a minute talking to you guys. Anybody watching tonight interested in wanting to join our league? You guys can look us up at SRU Sim Racing Unleashed on Facebook. We post after each race, before each race. Great group of guys here that love to work with you and help you out. We have some veterans in here, two beginners in this league, but everybody's willing to help each other out. So if anybody's interested that's watching out there, please hit us up. We would love to have you.
Right on.
But I like to thank my wife also for allowing me to sit here at this computer and do this week in and week out. She's the best. So, but guys, I appreciate your time tonight, and hopefully we'll get a top 3, maybe win next week. Who knows?
Exactly. Play the right strategy. I think you'll be alright. But yes, good job tonight there, Mr. Jason. So, always good to see you in the booth. But we'll go ahead and get you back up there with your group there, and we'll see you next Friday.
Sure. Take care, guys.
Yep. Well, that will do it for the interviews. Now it's our favorite time of the night to close out.
Closing time. Yes,
Yes.
Closing time. Anyway, it's like, how many more song titles can I get into this broadcast before we hang up the phone? Anyway, we would like to thank each and every one of you for coming out and enjoying tonight's broadcast here for Season 9 in the SRU Truck Series. Great, exciting race. Had a bit of everything. And also, next week, as we have mentioned a little bit here, Gateway, pretty exciting racetrack just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. That should be a pretty interesting, intriguing race to look forward to next week. And also, if you are the type of person that does stuff to this nature, prayers and happy thoughts go out to the Roy family at this time for the loss of their grandmother. So Kevin Roy's family, just have them in your thoughts. So, but everybody, we wish, myself, Ryan, we wish everybody a good night and the best day.
Yes. And by the way, y'all can now watch the Xfinity race because they're getting ready to roll out. So go watch that Daytona race, and everybody else have fun.
If you're able to.
Yes. And Kevin, prayers are out there with you, and we'll be keeping strong touch.